What is going on, everyone? First and foremost, I want to say thank you for being here right now, watching this video. I do really appreciate for your time, and I would really appreciate if you do consider hitting that subscribe button, simply because it truly does help out the channel, man. Now, we're going to be reacting to Terence Crawford immediate reactions to Canelo's brutal condition to fight him. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not 100% sure what they mean by this title, but I'm guessing Canelo just fought. He's not in his best condition, I should say. So it's gonna take a good while for him to heal until he does end up fighting again. Now, do y'all think Terence Crawford will face Canelo in the near future? Let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Terence Crawford would dominate Canelo, or do y'all think it's the other way around? Do y'all think Canelo would dominate Terence Crawford, man? Now, there's a lot of stuff going on about, Canelo ducking a lot of fighters already, you know what I mean? Apparently he's ducking some fights. Not sure what's going on with that, but overall, it happens when you're at the top, you know what I mean? When you're at the top, man, everybody wants to fight you, you know what I mean? Every single person wants to fight you because you are the money fight, you know what I mean? And a lot of these fighters want to make the money, so they're gonna want to fight you. So it's basically your decision if you want to accept it or not, you know what I mean? Like, if you get what I mean. So overall, let's just dive into the video, see what it's talking about. Then I'll share the rest of my opinion at the end of the video.
Tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
Did during the fights, and Canelo said no comment. Your reaction to that, and that seems like that you do want this fight now.
Well, I've been wanting to fight, I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, this is...
Terence Crawford is doing his best to get Canelo Alvarez to step in the ring with him for a long-awaited super fight between the two superstars. However, Canelo Alvarez has been proving so difficult. He has made some outrageous financial demands ahead of the fight and has even given a weight excuse on Terence Crawford's behalf. He's trying to help Terence Crawford, who clearly claims he doesn't need help. To further complicate matters, he gave Terence Crawford a damaging snub after Crawford and Turkey Al-Sheikh released a video to declare their interest in the fight again.
The Canelo Berlanga fight. And then after that, I went to the UFC fight.
He was asked during his post-fight press conference what he thought about their declaration on social media. Frankly, the Mexican champion responded, "No comments." This has forced Terence Crawford to fire back at Canelo for his snub. Crawford, who recently made his debut at super welterweight 2 divisions down, had a keen eye on Canelo's most recent contest, given Canelo is the only opponent he feels adds to his legacy at this point. On the performance, he told TMZ Sports that Canelo was great as always.
Let's start with the Canelo fight, the Canelo card. Obviously, you said that put me in coach at you.
First, I went to the Canelo Berlanga fight, and then I went to the UFC fight. I think Canelo put on a great performance like he always does. Canelo is Canelo. I think Berlanga put on a tremendous show as well. He showed a lot of heart and great determination as well, and it made for a great fight. Crawford's win over Israel Madrimov at 154 pounds was his first distance fight in 8 years and led some analysts to question whether or not his own power was beginning to lose its sting as he continued to move up. That will become more apparent against the even bigger Canelo. Despite those warnings from some in the boxing world, in the same interview, the 36-year-old from Omaha reiterated his desire.
You wanted next. First, what did you think of his performance versus Berlanga?
I think he put on a great performance.
I've been wanting the fight. It's a legacy fight. It's the biggest fight in boxing today. I feel like the fight is the last of the Mohicans. I think the fight would be massive. You've got 2 guys who are top 3 pound for pound going head to head together. I know Canelo is bigger than me, but I'm up for the challenge. It's all respect, and if he does decide to come my way and we get in the ring, then it would be an electrifying fight. Of course I'll beat him. There is no doubt in my mind that I wouldn't beat anyone I step in the ring with. Canelo said post-fight that he would now take time with his family before making a decision as to what's next.
Berlanga put on a tremendous show as well. You know, he showed a lot of heart and grit and determination as well, and that made for a great fight.
He will likely return, as is his schedule, on Cinco de Mayo weekend in May. When asked about the Crawford fight, he said, "No comment." ESPN's Mike Coppinger said prior to the bout against Edgar Berlanga that Alvarez was seeking a potential rematch with Dmitry Bivol in May if Bivol defeats Artur Beterbiev for the undisputed light heavyweight title on Octa 12. However, Crawford seemed to indicate on X that he has his eyes set on Canelo following Saturday's bout. The Saudi boxing chief now wants to make the super fight again after previously stating that he had no interest in pursuing it anymore.
You're here at the speak, feel me? What you doing next? We want financials.
Al-Sheikh once had the clash at the top of his boxing wish list and even made an offer to the Mexican superstar, yet after a breakdown in communication with Canelo, the proposal was withdrawn. For a while, it seemed as though the fight was dead in the water. But following Canelo's dominant unanimous decision win over Edgar Berlanga on Saturday night at the T-Mobile Arena, the former pound-for-pound king received a clear message from Crawford and His Excellency Al-Sheikh.
Going for Canelo next. Yes! Let's go! Canelo, come on!
The pair were down the road watching UFC 306 at the Las Vegas Sphere and jumped on Instagram Live to call out Canelo. "Yo, Turkey, tell them we are going to go for Canelo next," said Crawford. "Yes," replied he Al-Sheikh. "Let's go, Canelo, come on, we are ready." Crawford then added, "You heard it from him. Just put me in the game, guy. Canelo Crawford, the biggest fight in boxing. But we stay ready, though." We stay ready. That way we ain't got to get ready. This change of tune comes after His Excellency Al-Sheikh took to social media in August to write, "Just wrapped up an important meeting now with my team, planning for the upcoming fights that we will make for 2024 to 2025. Turki Al-Sheikh, the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, told Coppinger in August that he is working with Crawford in an attempt to get Alvarez to agree to the bout.
Just put me in the game.
"I will give Canelo what I think is a fair price," Al-Sheikh said. "If he accepts it, he deals directly with me to finish the deal. I don't want anyone in the middle. I guaranteed Crawford a big fight. I want Canelo for Crawford, and Crawford wants Canelo. But if Canelo is crazy with his financial demands, I will still guarantee Crawford any fight he wants." However, after Canelo Alvarez made an outrageous demand, he responded, "I decided to disregard the Canelo fight as I don't want it anymore. Instead, I will be focusing on the US market with bigger fights, especially for the legend Crawford." Canelo responded by insisting he doesn't like the way he Al-Sheikh works, which prompted an angry reply from the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority. "I heard Canelo said that he respects me, but doesn't like the way we do business," Al-Sheikh tweeted. "As for him respecting me, it doesn't matter to me if he does or not. As for the way I do business, I know why he doesn't like it, because I only target big fights at fair prices, so of course, anyone who likes easy fights won't like that. And I know how he feels after losing to Bivol, so he's been looking for easier fights ever since. Also, I'm not the one who's afraid of fighting Benavidez or Crawford. Therefore, I knew he was wasting our time and making excuses with big amounts of money that can't be paid. So I'm continuing my way to make big fights that serve the boxing world, and he's on his way to making easy show-only fights."
And I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me.
Crawford improved his record to 41-0 with a victory over Israel Madrimov to win the WBA and WBO interim lightweight titles on AUG 3. Alvarez has won 5 straight matches since Bivol defeated him in May 2022, but he has been criticized for taking fights with easy opponents to pad his resume. The 34-year-old is February 2nd, 62 in 66 career bouts. Alvarez scored a unanimous decision win over Edgar Berlanga on Saturday to retain the World Boxing Association, World Boxing Council, World Boxing Organization, and the Ring Super Middleweight titles. The Mexican is fresh off another victory in the 168 ranks, dropping and largely dominating the previously undefeated Edgar Berlanga. Although Berlanga fought admirably in stages and did well to recover from the knockdown in the third, it was another routine and some would say overmatched showing for Canelo. Canelo Alvarez crashed one of his patented left hooks into Edgar Berlanga's chin in round 3 as the major underdog fell to the mat. Saturday, Berlanga banged his gloves together in frustration and collected himself. He then proceeded to pump his jab from the outside, eschewing the right hand that made a name for himself in the first place. Berlanga scored a moral victory, perhaps, in reaching the final bell. For Canelo, it's a 4th consecutive fight where he floored his opponent but settled for a decision victory. Regardless, Alvarez didn't seem bothered. He hasn't scored a KO since November 2021. Now what are they going to say? Alvarez, 34, said during his post-fight interview. I fight younger fighters. They say I fight older fighters. They always talk. My experience, my talent, my hard work, my intelligence, everything together makes me the best. What they may say, Canelo was a minus 1,600 favorite, and after a string of victories over boxers who are decidedly not on his level since his loss to Dimitri Bivol in May 2022, he needs a challenge. Fortunately, there are options to cure what ails boxing's top star. One such fighter who hopes to land the assignment is Terence Crawford, who was ringside. Crawford likened his quest to move up for a shot at Canelo to the 1983 Marvin Hagler-Robert Duran fight. Duran moved up from 154 pounds. Except the smaller guy wins this fight, Crawford told ESPN on Thursday. Canelo's next fight could be a stark departure from his past 4, where he was heavily favored to win. It could be a return to the elite level of competition, his toughest bout since he was defeated by Bivol. The potential assignment for Alvarez's expected return on Cinco de Mayo weekend next year? A rematch against Bivol, if all goes according to plan. Bivol routed Canelo in a light heavyweight title defense despite the close margins on the scorecards 115, 113 3 times. And if Bivol can beat Artur Beterbiev in a heavily anticipated coin flip fight for the undisputed light heavyweight championship on October 12th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Alvarez told ESPN on Wednesday he's interested in a rematch next. Alvarez is motivated, he said, to exact revenge on the only man to defeat him besides Floyd Mayweather throughout his 66 pro fights. The Mexican icon is also enthused at the idea of becoming the undisputed champion in a second weight class.
Congratulations on the victory. As you look back on this night,
nothing was right in that fight for me versus Bivol, Alvarez said. Canelo dealt with a left wrist injury and later underwent surgery following his September 2022 win in his third meeting with Gennady Golovkin. With his surgically repaired lead hand, Canelo scored a knockdown in his 3 subsequent fights, John Ryder, Jermell Charlo, and Jaime Munguia, before he scored a knockdown of Berlanga on Saturday. All 4 opponents, though, were given little chance to beat Canelo. But if Canelo does fight Bivol again, he'll find himself in rare territory as the underdog. I think that fight I shouldn't lose, but it is what it is, Alvarez said. He added that he's motivated by the opportunity to fight Bivol being there 100%. Of course, Bivol first needs to defeat Beterbiev, boxing's only champion with a 100% KO ratio. Bivol is a minus 125 favorite per ESPN bet. He has that ability to beat Beterbiev, Canelo said, adding that he's only interested in Bivol if he wins, not Beterbiev. Beterbiev is a strong fighter. He's a good fighter too, and it's going to be a hard fight. There's another obstacle though. Alvarez expressed interest in a Bivol rematch following his May 2023 win over Ryder, but only at 175 pounds, where the first encounter took place. Bivol insisted on a return bout at 168 pounds for Alvarez's undisputed super middleweight championship.
Champion on a great fight. One takeaway from press row, a lot of people were just saying, you just look like a guy that just loves to get in there and scrap.
It could present a sticking point again, though Alvarez represents Bivol's biggest payday available, as Canelo does for every potential opponent. I need motivation, Bivol, ESPN's number 4 pound-for-pound boxer, told ESPN last summer, and fight against him. It's not an easy fight. And I already beat him at 175. Why should I fight him again? Well, let's try for his belt, but he doesn't want this fight at 168, and I don't care. Of course he feels inside of him that he won that fight, but we're athletes. We every time could find excuses, and we every time could find reasons why it happened. Every time when I finish my fight, I think about, oh, I could fight better. But I didn't because of that, and this because I felt pain in my leg or I got a bad breakfast or something else. Alvarez has found reasons to deny a fight with the volume-punching and longtime mandatory challenger David Benavidez, who has long lobbied for a matchup with Canelo. Benavidez finally moved up to 175 pounds in June and wasn't impressive in a win over Alexander Gvozdyk, though Benavidez dealt with a torn hand ligament. Canelo continues to express no interest in a meeting with Benavidez.
Fighting and give the fans what they want, a fight. And, I enjoy what I do, and I still love.
He's fighting in his weight class, 175, and he doesn't look like he always looks because it's different when you're fighting in your weight class, Alvarez said. The other appealing option for Canelo is Crawford, ESPN's #2 pound-for-pound boxer. The former undisputed welterweight champion made his 154-pound debut with a decision victory over Ismail Madrimov last month. But he was far from dominant against a vastly underrated boxer who reigned as junior middleweight champion. The 37-year-old Crawford continues to campaign for a shot at Canelo at the 168-pound weight limit, though he remains 2 weight classes or 14 pounds below Alvarez. While there's plenty of doubt regarding Crawford's ability to contend with Canelo's size advantage, there's no doubt surrounding Crawford's talent nor the commercial viability of the event. A Canelo-Crawford fight is arguably the biggest in boxing below heavyweight, and it's one Crawford seeks beyond the immense payday it would present. I feel like it's a legacy fight, and I feel like it's a fight that I can actually win, Crawford said.
Enrique Beas, gusto saludarte, felicidades por la pelea, pero a mí me gustaría saber tu sentir, ¿no? Empezaste anunciando la pelea que
I've always been a smaller guy. In every weight class that I ever competed in, everybody always said I was too small for this guy, too small for that guy, and I always was successful in the fight. Being bigger doesn't win fights, so my skills pay the bills and my skills got me this far. I think it would tell who is the #1 in the post-Mayweather era. Who's the king of kings? Crawford hasn't come all that close to losing yet, though Madrimov gave him his toughest fight. He's sliced through the weight classes after winning his first championship at lightweight, becoming undisputed champion at junior welterweight and welterweight. And as Crawford points out, he's both taller than Canelo with a longer reach, 1/2 inch in height and 3.5 in reach. Still, Canelo is far larger than stature with the punching power to match. 10 of Canelo's past 13 fights were contested at 168 pounds, 2 at 175 and 1 at 160. The last time Canelo competed at 154 pounds, September 2016. If I beat him, nobody's going to say, oh, he beat Crawford because Canelo's a good fighter, Canelo said. He's a pound-for-pound great too, but he's smaller. You're going to start seeing, but he's small in this. But if the money's right, why not at this moment in my career?
¿Qué son los 12 rounds? Ahora te pregunto yo a ti.
No, pues para llevar ahí con el tema de las tarjetas y ganarlo, pero la gente quiere ver ese punch, quiere ver ese knockout.
Canelo is referring to his legacy that's already secured as one of the all-time greats and the long-time face of the sport. He earns upward of $35 million every time he steps through the ropes, and there's nothing left for him to prove. He still has the hunger to compete and train hard though, and at some point soon, he'll surely want to challenge himself. That means a fight with either Bivol or Crawford is next. I already fight the best out there, and I'm still doing good things, Canelo said. I'm the best in the world. Canelo Alvarez has been warned to stay away from Floyd Mayweather by his uncle, or he will be beat again after the Mexican comfortably moved past Edgar Berlanga via unanimous decision on September 14th. The bout took place in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena and saw the 34-year-old run out 117, 110, 118, 109, 118. 109 winner, as well as sending the Puerto Rican to the canvas with a vicious left hook in the 3rd round to get the crowd on their feet. As a result, he retained World Boxing Association, World Boxing Council, World and the Ring super middleweight titles, and extended his professional record to February 2nd, 62, in his second victory of 2024 after defeating Jaime Munguia in May.
Que se está protegiendo, que se está haciendo su trabajo para no ser noqueado, y es lo que pasa, ¿no? De querer, claro que quiero. No se pudo, pero demostré que soy el mejor. Para eso son los 12 asaltos.
The question was about
I mean, Canelo's Canelo. Jeff Mayweather, uncle of Floyd, told the Mayweather channel. And we've seen a little bit of Canelo, but not as good as the Canelo we've seen in the past. Still, Canelo had a dominant performance. Mayweather warns Canelo to stay away. However, Floyd Mayweather's uncle warned the Guadalajara man to forget about a rematch of his 2013 defeat against his nephew, suggesting Canelo would be beaten again despite Money retiring in 2017. The pair met in the ring exactly 11 years prior to Canelo's fight against Berlanga, but there was no victory for the Mexican on that day as he suffered a majority decision defeat of 114. 114, 116, 112, 117, 112, although critics felt that didn't show Mayweather's dominance enough. Yeah, he has no chance like he did last time. Jeff Mayweather told the Mayweather channel he would get his butt whooped again, just like it happened the first time. Floyd is the face of boxing too. Floyd fought in many weight classes too.
rounds for, and the 12 rounds are for showing who's the best. The knockout is unpredictable. You can't just go out and get it because you want to. Did I want to?
Mayweather retired professionally in 2017 after defeating Conor McGregor to improve his record to 50-0-0, but he still remains active as a fighter in exhibition bouts and recently defeated John Gotti III in a controversial rematch. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.
But yeah, that is the end of the video. Let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Canelo stands a chance against Terence Crawford, or do y'all think it's completely the other way around, man? Do y'all think Terence Crawford stands a chance against Canelo? You know what I mean? But overall, a lot of people are saying Canelo is out of his prime. He's cooked. He's picking fights, and he's picking easy fights as well. He's ducking actual talent. You get what I mean? He's ducking upcoming talent when it comes. He's ducking actual talent when it comes to boxing, right? A lot of people are saying he's hand-picking fights. He's hand-picking easy fights. He's ducking a lot of people. But me personally, man, I don't know. Me personally, I think that's what you should do when you're at the top. You know what I mean? You want to keep your spot at the top. Don't get me wrong. You have to fight respectable opponents. You know what I mean? You can't just keep ducking everybody and keep picking easy fights and fighting nobodies. At some point, you actually got to prove the haters wrong. You know what I mean? But when you're at the top, bro, you can pretty much choose whoever you want to fight, because everybody wants to fight you. Everybody wants the money fight. Everybody's going to want the money fight. Like, let's keep it real. Everybody wants to fight Canelo. And that's just what it is. It's just up to Canelo if he wants to take the fight or not. But, yeah. A lot of people are saying as well. A lot of people are also saying Canelo was in his prime when he fought Floyd Mayweather. And after that, just wasn't the same. But let me know what y'all think, man. I want to know your opinion down in the comment section, because I know you guys know a lot more than I do when it comes to this boxing stuff, even though I do consider myself a boxing fan. You guys know a lot more than I do at the end of the day, so I genuinely want to know your guys' opinion. And without further ado, peace out.